Void on Eternal and Swiggy, but in focus is Vedanta. Higher LME volumes, forex gains, they've all managed to aid revenue for them this time. But let me welcome on board Ajay Goel, the Group CFO and Executive Director at Vedanta, and find out whether they're on track to achieve the alumina guidance or not. Ajay, hi, morning. Great to have you on ET Now. First of all, deepest condolences to the entire family on the untimely and very unfortunate passing away of Mr. Agnivesh Agarwal. Thank you for your time today. Also wanted to check in on, the fact that you've reported the best ever quarter for Vedanta in Q3 with an EBITDA of over 15,000 crores. Wanted to understand whether you're confident of achieving your full year EBITDA guidance of $6 billion in FY26.
Yes, in fact, in multiple respects, the third quarter is a historical best quarter for us. And for sure, it's a defining quarter for Vedanta history. In terms of results, all three matrices, be it revenue, EBITDA or PAT, it is our historical best. EBITDA 15,000 crores plus for the Q3. What we have earlier guided for the full fiscal, we said we'll be closing at about 6 billion EBITDA. Looking at third quarter actuals and the fourth quarter outlook, we are more than confident of surpassing our earlier commitment. In that case, our EBITDA for the full year will be more than 6 billion.
And is the company enjoying the benefit of surge in commodity prices in the global market? What proportion of aluminium, zinc and silver volumes have been hedged from a Q4 FY26 and FY27 standpoint? Give us a sense of that.
Sure. World over, as you may have seen, the demand for critical minerals and in fact all commodities in fact has gone up. So be it zinc, be it silver or aluminium. So we do see this as the demand-led higher pricing. Between the demand and the supply, it takes almost 6 quarters to catch up. So we do foresee in near future the pricing for aluminium, zinc and silver remains elevated. Vedanta's focus though in fact remains on what we can really control, which remains we focus on volume augmentation and the cost compression. And in that case, we believe that our earnings will continue.
Mr. Goel, what proportion of aluminium, zinc and silver volumes have been hedged for Q4 of this financial year and FY27?
Yeah, sure. In the current environment, which is in fact quite tumultuous, hedging is an important tool, both in terms of risk management. At the same time, ensure that earnings remains linear and they remains also forecastable. From the fourth quarter viewpoint, almost 10% volume of the fourth quarter, in fact, are fully hedged. For next year as well, we have hedged. So across zinc, aluminium and silver, almost 10% of the annual volumes are hedged at reasonable prices.
Okay, so with regards to the demerger, shareholders have two big questions. And let me start off with the first one, the timeline. Are all approvals in place for the demerger to be effective from April 1st of this year?
Vedanta's promise of value unlock on demerger, in fact, is right now playing out. As you may have seen, over the last 3-4 months' time, Vedanta's market capitalization now, in fact, crossed 3 lakh crores. 1st April is a date on which demerger becomes effective. Between now and the 1st April, there are some statutory approvals and some processes. They are mostly their processes, not insurmountable. So we do believe we'll have all approvals and the work done ready by 31st March. In that case, 1st April becomes demerger ready Vedanta.
Right. And Ajay, secondly, how will debt be apportioned across the demerged entities?
We do, and I also want to remind all of us, in the current quarter, Vedanta's debt to EBITDA ratio has improved from 1.4 times last year to almost 1.2 times in the current fiscal. And as we close the fiscal by March, Vedanta's debt to EBITDA will further improve to 1x, 1 time. In that case, our EBITDA will be equal to our debt. 1x remains a benchmark in Indian and the global context in metals and mining. Coming to the question of how do we apportion debt, so almost 6.7 billion net debt at Vedanta will be apportioned across the 5 companies in the ratio of the assets that they inherit from Vedanta Limited. The second consideration remains those companies' cash flow and debt serving capabilities. So, in summary, debt will be in the ratio of assets and the cash flows that each of the companies generate in future.
Let me switch focus to steel. And with regard to capacity expansion plans, where are you looking to increase your capacity from 1.5 to 3 MTPA? What's the status there, and are all approvals in place?
We made, in fact, a significant progress in the current quarter, in fact, in January. And 2 times the land, almost 930 acres of land, has been handed over to the Forest Department. And with that, we believe the basic condition of granting all the approvals are in place. We are very hopeful that we'll be getting all the approvals within the current fiscal by March 31st.
And that has come down, right? Both for Vedanta Resources as well as your company. That's happened over the last few years. It's come down quite dramatically. So what's the updated deleveraging target for both VRL and Vedanta Limited now? You've spoken about how it's come down, but what's in store next is what I'm trying to understand.
So at Vedanta Resources, the parent company, debt has come down from 9 billion down to 4.5 billion. And it is a decade low debt for Vedanta Resources. From current 4.5 billion, we intend to go down to 3 billion in next 3 years or lesser. So VRL parent company debt 3 billion or less in 3 years. At Vedanta India, which is an operating company, we look at net debt to EBITDA, which again has improved from 1.8 times about a year ago down to 1.2x. And as we close the fiscal, this number will be 1 time. So 3 billion at VRL in 3 years, 1x debt to EBITDA at Vedanta India by March end. That is our target on debt.
Ajay, we saw Vedanta selling nearly 1.6% stake in Hindustan Zinc just a few days back. Why did Vedanta sell that stake, and what is the proceeds? How are you going to use the proceeds?
Hindustan Zinc right now remains India's most valuable metal company. And many shareholders want to participate in a company that in fact produces silver, the only company in the country. So we launched offer for sale up to maximum 1.6%. As we close the deal today at 3:30, so almost 1.1% stake will be sold. In that case, investors, retail and institutions, they all can participate in zinc growth story. At the same time, the sales proceeds, almost rupees 3,000 crores, will be used for fast track deleveraging. So it helps both the company and public at large.
And are you looking to sell further stake in Hindustan Zinc?
That is one area we keep evaluating in the overall capital structure. And our position in the past has been that we don't intend to increase the stake. With the right pricing and the demand, further stake dilution can be one of the options, but no discussion right now is on the table.
Right, Ajay. Thanks for your time today and condolences to the Vedanta family once again from all of us here. We'll take a very quick break on that note. When we come back, we'll have Sandeep Sabharwal as well join in to talk about how the trading day ahead and perhaps what the budget as well has in store for us.